Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. We are back in the forest. Look at that, we came back to Slovenia and I want to give you a message from here. Because if you're in tune with your intuition right now, you may sense a different energy. Many people will feel it. And what I can sense right now is a vibe which is truly calling us to go to places like that. Why is that? Because in the concrete jungle it's really hard to get out of the collective tension that is present right now. And when we go to places like that, the nature, firstly, it recharges us, but then we can experience those downloads of information, downloads of insights, downloads of inspiration. And I would call it a great conscious upgrade, because that's what we all need right now. Because many people are facing with some mental blocks or emotional blocks, and it's really hard to find a solution in thinking. It's really hard to outthink things that are happening right now on many levels. But you know, it's not all about work and think and do and rush and move on and all of that. It's also about listening, right? And in many of the previous videos we were talking about that, but as I can sense right now, I will take you for a walk. So firstly, I'm inviting you to go with me in this beautiful place. So much green. Like, I was here last time, I think 1 month ago, and right now it's so green, and green is the color of the heart, right? So it's a truly awesome and important time to learn to open your heart, learn to accept all of yourself fully, even the downsides, you know, even the dark side, even the lowest emotions. Learn to accept them. And it may be hard, even for me it's often hard, especially, you know, I love to work, I love to do things, I love to create, but I need to find a way. But here and there I find myself still experiencing some lower emotions. Like, sometimes I experience fear, which is natural. I experience fear, like people are judging me, what people will say, what people think about me, and sometimes it can lead me to sadness, and I experience all of that. And often I was suppressing those states, often I was suppressing those emotions. And on collective level, we've trained ourselves so well to suppress everything we feel as we would describe as negative. We've learned to suppress all of that. So fear has become a great guide on all levels of life. People are guided by fear. And that's why there's so much sadness in the world, and that's why there's so much toxicity. And with all the technology, all the things that are happening, everything is kind of built on the idea to distract yourself from fear. But what we truly need to do is to learn to listen. Learn to listen what your fear is telling you, what the sadness is telling you, what the anger is telling you, the frustrations, what they are telling you, what are you suppressing, why you're suppressing those emotions. Those are important emotions. Firstly, on that level of an animal, emotions are protecting us, right? We know that emotions are protecting us. But now I need to decide where to go. But if we become too protective, emotions will protect us also from good experiences, right? You have some dreams, you have some visions, like what you want to experience, you want to go to places like that, but because of fear and all of that, you will stay at home and feel sorry about yourself or whatever it is. So once we truly step outside of that box of limitations and suppressions and self-sabotaging, and we say to ourselves, okay, right now I will just observe myself, I will just feel myself, I will just fully in tune with myself. You step outside of the matrix of society. Truly, you step outside and you observe yourself as a character. Who have you become as the product of society and all the rules and all the limitations and all the needs and wants and all of that. And you just observe yourself. Like, we would stop here. It's a practice. You can do that practice. Like, you can close your eyes and you imagine like you would step outside of your body and you observe your body. Who are you? Why you are behaving the way you are behaving? What is motivating you? What is guiding you? Who you are trying to be? And just see what comes up. See what comes up. What are you hiding? What are you suppressing? What are you ignoring? And just see what comes up. Just observe. And whatever comes up, those are the things you should pay attention to. Those are the things you should truly listen, truly observe. And just ask yourself, does it make sense? Is it true? Is it real? Do I really need to be limited by that? You're the whole universe expressing itself through your beautiful body. That's all you are. And once you truly figure it out, that you are the whole universe, which is expressing itself through you, you will see that to free yourself means to let go of those false limitations, to release the emotional heaviness, which is not allowing you to fully be who you're meant to be. You know, as soon as you do that, as soon as you fully release the tension, and you will, if you will observe it, if you will listen to it, if you will become aware of it, you will release it. Maybe not immediately, but eventually, if you will do that process over and over again, eventually you will experience a great release. And what will happen? Suddenly a hit of inspiration will come to you. An insight will come to you. Maybe a new dream will come to you. A greater inspiration will come to you. And you know you are a creative creature, right? You are a creative being. Like, I always say that. We are all an extension of the source, of the creator. And if we look around us, all the creation, everything is beautiful and wonderful. And we ask ourselves, well, if we are the extension of that creation, well, then we are capable of doing many, many wonderful things. So we ask ourselves why the world right now is the way it is. And the answer is, well, because we forgot how to truly creatively express ourselves out of that greater understanding of who we truly are. Isn't that so? We forgot how to fully and honestly and authentically express who we truly are. And even though we are all the extension of that source, still each of us has a unique fingerprint, which means that even if you sense a similar vibration as I sense right now, you will express it in your unique way. And that's the most beautiful thing of life. You will express it in your unique way, and that's the greatest beauty. So never suppress that wonderful gift, because that's what is making you. That's what is truly making who you truly are. And I'm talking to your soul right now. I'm talking to your soul, because truly we've learned to become so good at trying to be somebody else. But right now is the time where the world is craving unique, authentic people which are mastering themselves. Why? Because it's time to lead a new path. It's time to truly build a new foundation, to set new pillars out of honesty, out of understanding, out of compassion, out of connection, out of understanding, out of acceptance. And in order to do that, we firstly need to accept all of ourselves. Because, we look around. If you connect with people, you may recognize that we all experience similar emotions. So it doesn't mean that when somebody is sad that he or she is a bad person, or when somebody is angry, he or she is a bad person. We may be conditioned to respond or to react to situations from those emotional states because we don't know how to react differently, but we can learn. When more and more people are doing that emotional cleansing, the act of acceptance, the act of release, we eventually learn that there is another way. There is a new path, which is truly waiting you on the other side of accepting yourself and releasing that tension. There is a new path which is much more flowy, much more filled with easiness and truly just that beautiful flow. It doesn't mean that it's always easy. It's not easy to in tune with those lower emotions. But for example, going to places like that and just being will help you to do it. Will help you to stay in that flow with a great amount of support. Because we all know how healing nature can be. And we often forget that. So I'm inviting you to try it for yourself. Maybe you're dealing with something right now. Maybe you're going through something right now. And I feel you. And I hear you. And I love you. Because I know how tough sometimes it can be, and how good we truly are in ignoring that and suppressing that. But at some point we need to decide, well, if life is all about choices, let's choose to accept ourselves. Let's choose to love ourselves enough to move on, to truly step beyond those limitations. And in order to step beyond that, we truly need to allow ourselves to feel it until it is fully released. And if it requires to do it 10 times or 100 times, love yourself enough to do that. So my friends, I will leave you here. I will enjoy this walk. And I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings and power. Have a beautiful day. Until next time, one love.